Hello, folks. Today we're going to talk about what's barely been bugging me a lot. This is Jake Asman. He always likes to point out the Jets won 7 games with bad quarterback play. That's true. One point is there's bad quarterback play because of the coach and because of the GM, who he rarely blames. And it's just not him. This is not an attack on Jake. But for those who think, and I know thinking is hard and it takes effort, and most of this fan base are not thinkers, at least the ones on YouTube here. Let's think here. They lost 10 games. Okay. They lost to the Cowboys 30-10. Give up 30 points. Not because of Zach Wilson. Yes, poor quarterback play. They didn't score enough. They gave up 30 points. Let's say they lost that game. It was bad defense. Okay. They then lost to the Patriots 15-10. The other opposing quarterback was Mac Jones. Don't you think if the Jets would have won that game, the Patriots could have pointed to Mac Jones? Maybe the Jets lost because they let Ezekiel Elliott, who is really no longer relevant, rush 16 times for 80 yards. Okay. Now, was Zach Wilson terrible? Absolutely. I've been saying that forever. Been saying that before he was even drafted. That's a Joe Douglas problem. Okay. But they lost this game to a equally as terrible quarterback. And they gave up 80 yards and 16 carries to a running back way past his prime. They then lost to Kansas City. Everyone's saying that's Zach's best day. So that's a loss not attributed to the quarterback. He played like we always wanted him to play. They lost to a better team who had a shitty game, a terrible day. If the Chiefs had their normal day, who knows? Then they lost to Miami 30-0. Again, probably some shitty quarterback play, but they lost 30-0. As a matter of fact, while we're on Miami, they lost the next game 32-18, where Zach Mostert ran 20 times for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Zach Waddle caught 114 passing yards. Is that on the quarterback? Well, yeah, sometimes it is because maybe the defense is getting off the field, but they got outscored by Miami 62-18. Okay. Next game, they lost to Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns and the third-string quarterback, Joe Flacco, 37-20. David Njoku, 134 yards. That's because they're soft down the field and C.J. Mosley is slow. Okay? Joe Flacco. Did I say Joe Flacco? Joe Flacco threw for 3 touchdowns. They lost 37-20. Was that because of bad quarterback play? You tell me. They lost to Atlanta 13-8. And a quarterback, Ritter, is he playing in the NFL anymore? Did they lose that game because of poor quarterback play? Yeah, probably. But Atlanta could have said the same thing had they lost the game. Hey, if we had good quarterback play, we would have won that game. And then finally, we got the Raiders. They lost to Aiden O'Donnell in that game. And Josh Jacobs ran 27 times for 116 yards. So my point here is, with good quarterback play, yeah, maybe they would have won more games. Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they don't win that Dallas game. They don't win the Miami game. Who knows what they do? Maybe if they got the poor quarterback play, they lose a lot worse to the Chiefs. My point is the team, not the individual players. Garrett Wilson's good, and Sauce Gardner's good, and Breece Hall is good. The team collectively is bad, and it's bad because of ownership, which you can't change, GM, which you can change. When somebody wins 29.9% of the games, it's bad, and Robert Saleh. The bottom line is a GM team, GM by Joe Douglas, and a team that's head coached by Robert Saleh will not win because you're outcoached in every single game. The Jets will finish probably in 3rd or 4th place again because of this. There will be an Aaron Rodgers issue where he'll tell his fan base to relax one too many times, and Sam Darnold will have an awesome year because he's got a good offensive line, 2 excellent wide receivers, and Jet fans will be wanting Joe Douglas out because he didn't stick with Sam Darnold and get a whole bunch of draft picks in instead of having a man crush on Zach Wilson, who had one decent year in a COVID year with no fans in the stadium, for a school, BYU, who's not known for football, makes their own schedule, an independent, who basically had the better schools cancel and replace them with even shittier other teams to play. The problem with the Jets is management. It's owner, it's GM, it's coach, and then quarterback. And I'll tell you, at this stage of his career, Aaron Rodgers, the most talented quarterback I've ever seen in person, is not going to want to take this shit in this city with those two people, especially when Robert Saleh already sold him out on him missing that practice, which he shouldn't have missed. But Robert Saleh could have just easily said, you had permission, and we're fine with it, and it's okay. And it would have moved on. The fact is, Robert Saleh made it worse. There's going to be a power struggle. And let me tell you, if you're Woody Johnson, the owner, and there's a power struggle between Aaron Rodgers, Robert Saleh, who's winning that? Who is actually more qualified to be coaching the Jets? It's Aaron Douglas. It's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Douglas. My goodness. Take care, everybody.